Number 1, the slope of the storage shed's roof. So you're doing the rise. So how much does it rise? 3. And how much does it run?
15.
Can you simplify 3/15?
Yes.
I divide both the top and bottom by 3, so I get
1/5.
1/5. And what do I label it? Thumbs up if you got that. All right, next one. So I'm going to start here at this point because it's first. How many do I have to go up to get to the next point? 4. And then how many do I have to go over to get to the next point?
3.
Can that be reduced? So my answer is just 4/3. Okay? Number 3, how do you get from 0 to 1? How do you get from 1 to 2? From 2 to 3? How do you get from 1 to 3? 3 to 5? 5 to 7. What is my change in y's? What's my change in x? Which is the same as? Thumbs up if you got that. Okay. Questions on that one?
No.
Caitlin?
Number 2. There's lines on the opposite side, so
Yep, that's fine. You can use those lines. But make sure you do the rise first. Other questions? Okay. Looking at number 2 on that same page, can somebody raise their hand and tell me, let's call this point A, and we'll call this one point B. Somebody tell me the coordinate points of A. Faith?
what?
Tell me the coordinate points of A, please.
Okay,
I labeled this point A and this point B on number 2.
so,
What are the coordinate points of A?
so 2,
Okay. I'm going
Negative.
left.
Yes.
-2. I'm going down, so -2. Does everybody see where I'm getting that? I go to the left 2, and I have to go down 2, so that's -2, -2. Okay, what are my coordinate points for B? Jack? 1, 2. Is everybody okay with that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so we know that slope is change in y over change in x. If you only have numbers, do you think there's a way, so if we weren't given the graph, do you think there's a way that we could use these numbers to figure out the slope? Okay, I heard somebody say Adam, and I heard somebody say yes. If I asked you the change in your height from last year to this year, what would you do to find the answer?
Subtract.
You would what?
Subtract.
You would subtract the numbers, right? Because if you were 5 foot last year and you're 5'2" this year, you would take 5'2" minus 5 foot to figure out the change in height, correct? So if I wanted to figure out the change in y, what do you think I'm going to do? Subtract them, right? Okay, so if I subtract them, let's say we start with our A. What's my y in A?
2.
It's -2, right? Because this is the y. So I'm going to subtract them to figure out the change. So -2, what's the other y?
2.
Subtract 2. Sean, zip it so Adriana can listen to me. Over, what was my x in A?
1.
A.
Oh, sorry, -2.
-2, because I started with A, so I'm going to start with A again. So I have -2. Subtract, what's my A, or my x in B?
1.
Subtract. So I subtracted my y's and I subtracted my x's to figure out what the change is, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm down 2 and I go down 2 more, where am I at? I'm at -2 and I'm going further down, so I would be -4. -2 minus 1, -3. A negative divided by a negative is a,
Positive.
so my answer is really
1 and
4
That's way
thirds.
too complex.
Okay, did we get the same answer that we did when we counted?
Yes.
Yes. So we're going to have questions today, like number 4 and number 5, where you're not given a graph, but you're given coordinate points and you have to figure out the slope between them. Okay? So I am going to give you a formula for that.